Hey, what's happening, family? It's your boy HA here. And today I just want to talk a little bit about adversity and what happens when adversity visits your house. So let's talk about it, y'all. Well, I just got the news from my wife. She had an MRI a couple of weeks ago and she got the results just this morning. And it ends up that she tore a bicep muscle in her arm and she has to have surgery. Now, the great thing is, unlike a lot of people in the country now, she does have a job, which she's grossly underpaid for the experience that she has, but she has a job and the job has benefits. So all of that is well and good. We depend on her income. I'm a 100% military disabled veteran. So I have my income and we have her income, and we're kind of maxed out right now. So now we have a challenge in front of us on how we're going to make it when she decides to have surgery. And the doctor is saying she really needs to have it immediately. Um, she can put it off, it'll heal by itself, but of course it won't heal correctly the longer that she puts it off. And she's in her 50s and she can end up with a deformed type of condition depending on how the arm decides to heal on itself. So of course she's going to go ahead and have the surgery. Let me get my coffee here. But with the adversity now that we're facing as far as her being down and long-term disability, she has that, which is 60% of your income and all of that. But that puts a dent in what we already are kind of on our hands and knees trying to make it, and she's graduating in May with her doctorate's degree, and we're trying to get from Texas to West Virginia, Lynchburg, West Virginia. She goes to Liberty University for May. And we have other things that we're trying to do. I haven't been home to Michigan in going on a couple of years now, and my dad is 82. I need to get home, and we just got obligations, just like you all do out there. So now we have the challenge of trying to figure out how to do all of this stuff on a limited income. And as much as my back, I've had 4 back surgeries. That's one reason I'm 100% disabled. As much as my back be really hurting me every day, along with other conditions, uh, I'm I'm gonna have to maybe get back in the workforce here soon if I can, and supplement the income. We got to make it up somewhere somehow, right? So we got to continue to try and make it. And so adversity has entered our front door, and now it's time to go to war, as far as I'm concerned. It's time for us to batten down the hatches, and every man on deck, every man and woman and 2 dogs on deck right now. So yeah, that's what's going on with us. And of course we're going to pray about it and deal with it. But in the comments, I want you to leave below, how do you deal with adversity? What do you do? Do you throw your hands up in the air and hope it pass by and things get better over time, which normally they do? Or do you freak out and panic and go into a shell and everything continues to get worse? Well, the purpose of this video today is to give you some hope, one, and maybe give you some techniques on how to deal with adversity. The number one thing to do, first of all, is I'm a spiritual person, and my wife is too. So, but first thing we go to God and ask Him, Lord, okay, what do you have for us now? What's the purpose of this lesson that you're teaching us? Life can get in the way. She was just moving something and felt two pops in her arm, and her arm has been jacked up ever since. That was about a month ago. And, she knew right when it happened that it was something serious, and I knew because she couldn't move her arm, she couldn't roll over in the bed or anything like that, and I know how that feels because that's how I was before my first back surgery, and that's how I still am. I roll over in the bed and and I just deal with it. But one thing I do, here's another thing. Kirk Franklin, the gospel singer, has a song called Smile, and I smile intentionally when I'm in the most pain. And y'all, I'm telling you, you will be surprised how that changes your perspective. That's another technique. If you haven't heard the song, go to YouTube or Spotify, whatever you do, and listen to the words smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I'm in it for a while, I smile. Those words mean something. Those words mean something, and they help. They help a lot. I listen to a lot of jazz. I don't listen to a lot of gospel music, but some gospel songs I do listen to. And that one is more of a pop type of gospel song because you can hear that on the radio. It may be even playing now on some station out there. But yeah, smiling when you're in the most pain changes your perspective of that feeling of pain. So remember to smile even when you're going through. Now, you also got to strategize. You got to come up with some type of solution to whatever issue you're facing. So me and my wife, we're going to sit down and talk about things, and again, it's going to be uh, one of those things where I even me and my back, I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to do something, y'all. I have to do something. So I'll figure that out. I got friends that are in some influential positions at their company. I'll talk to them. I've talked to them already, and they're giving me some pointers. Said if I ever need anything to give them a call. So I'm gonna have to cash those checks in and give them a call and see if maybe I can do something, if nothing else, part time or something like that. You know, Standing for 8 hours, I can't do that anymore. But I can sit. All of my work experience has been in sales. I used to do door to door sales a lot and customer service, which I hate because I hate listening to people who just want to complain and don't want to do anything about it. But if I have to, I'm going to have to go back and take a look and see if there's anything available in one of those areas. I love sales. That's not a big deal, but the physical part of it, it's not for me at this point. I'm gonna have to think of something else, and that's what we do. We confront the problem, we strategize, come up with solutions, we figure out ways to deal with it, like smiling when you're in a fix or when you're feeling bad, change your perspective, and then you move in a direction that's going to lead to a positive result. That's the strategy. That's how you deal with adversity. You don't throw in the towel because the Bible tells us we will have trials. But Jesus said, I have overcome the world. Be courageous because I have overcome the world and whatever we are facing, we have that same power through the Holy Spirit available to us to overcome anything that we face. So there are times when you have to lean into that power. We should be leaning into it all the time, but when adversity comes, that's when it comes to mind the most. So we have to lean into God's power and learn the lesson that God has for us because we never know. I've always heard saying, and I'm sure you've heard it too, that you may be the only Bible that anybody ever reads. So there's always people watching you. And when you're dealing with something, they're watching how you go through it and your reactions and how you move. And so, those are things that we have to keep in mind. If you're going to put your head down in your hands and woe is me, there's a corner in your house for that. But out in public, you got to put on the face that you're moving through it and authentically, not anything fake or anything like that. You got to be authentic about it, but you still have to put it out there, and that helps you too, knowing that you're moving through it in a positive way. And before you know it, as in my wife's case, she'll have this surgery. She'll recover for 3 months. We'll get to June, July, August, and we'll be ahead, I'm sure, of the game at that point. Hopefully, I'll be closer to getting monetized on YouTube and doing some other things, and it'll all work out. And that's the other thing. You have to keep the perspective that in the end, it's all going to work out for you. It's all going to work out as long as you don't give up. And we're not a give up people, especially Black people. We're not the type of people who give up. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. I'm listening to one now about Medgar Evers. I just finished listening to one about the Buffalo Soldiers and how they were treated after serving their country admirably. Several of them even got the Medal of Honor. But then in the end, some of them couldn't even get medical treatment from the United States Army, if you can believe that. But that was in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and that's the way that things were. But the resilience that's in us enables me and you to be here now. We're tough people, y'all, and we don't give up no matter what we're faced with. So me and my wife, we're going to face this challenge head on, and we're going to do what we need to do as far as whatever it is we have to do to continue to make it, to continue to hit those goals as far as being at her graduation, her earning her doctorate's degree. Y'all, I don't have a college degree at all, and my wife is getting ready to get her doctorate's degree. Oh yeah, I'm going to be there, she's going to be there to walk across the stage, I'm going to be there to take pictures of it some kind of way. And so that's just what it is. It's going to happen. So, and we both know that. We both know that, and we're in agreement with that. And that's the final technique I want to leave with you. Find someone, whether it's your spouse, your significant other, your best friend, a group, somebody who can come into agreement with you. And those are the people that you can turn to when you're feeling down. You can always pray, but God puts people in your life to lift you up. God put us here in community for each other as an extension of what He does for us. So, just like I'm talking to you now, it may be somebody out there that's ready to toss their cards in and give up and just give over to whatever their situation is. Don't do it. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Leave me in the comments that you feeling this way or that way. The community that we're building here on My Experience Counts, we can offer you the encouragement that you need to make it through those tough situations. Because again, we're going to be faced with different trials and tribulations and situations and issues and challenges and problems and all of this negative stuff that comes with being a human being that's breathing. you know, life is what it is. Life is hard, y'all. Life is hard. Me and my dad talk about all the time. Life is hard, but we make it. My dad is 82. Life has been hard. He picked cotton as a kid in the cotton fields in Louisiana before he moved to Detroit and started working at GM for $2 an hour back in 1963. But here we sit. You know what I'm saying? And as an 82-year-old, he's fairly healthy. Yeah, he has issues, but he still look good. He would still be under his truck working if we didn't keep an eye on him, you know, doing crazy stuff that he shouldn't be doing. So we're resilient people, y'all, and we need to lean into that resiliency in order to continue to move forward in our lives. Just like on a football field, sometimes you move inch by yard until you get to the end zone. And then you look back and say, hey, we were able to get through that, you know, with the help of God above and the community that we have. We were able to get through it. So that's what I wanted to leave with y'all today. When you're faced with adversity like I am now and my wife, uh, we 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 gonna make it, y'all. We gonna make it with the help of God and with the help of one another. Excuse me. So with that, God bless y'all. Take care of yourselves out there. Be safe. Don't let the political situation get you down. Move and groove how you do. Don't worry about anything else. Our experience counts, y'all. From my experience to your experience. This your boy HA. Peace.